Hello, welcome to another weekly video. Today I'm going to be talking about infirmities. And if you're not familiar with that word, it basically means different kinds of illnesses, whether physical or mental, things like that. And um, if you can be a Christian and have infirmities like that. And the main reason I'm talking about this is because it's something that I didn't used to know. And it my basic idea for this channel is, to try to talk about things that I didn't know or would like to hear in church. I guess that's basically what I try to do in this channel. Um, so that's where I'm gonna go. Kind of try to talk about something that I didn't used to know, and I do know now. Um, when I was growing up, I had spoken to a lot of different Christian counselors and pastors and um, I guess just Christians in general. I grew up in church and I went to Christian summer camps and um, I had a lot of interactions with Christians. It was just kind of how I was brought up, I guess. And excuse me. Um, I just remember a lot of and I can't pinpoint any certain person or what they said, but I just remember a lot of feeling like, well, if you're a Christian, you can't be depressed. If you're a Christian, um, you can't have headaches. You can't have physical problems. And I mean, maybe can't's not the right word. I mean, I think there was kind of like an overall feeling of like Christians have problems, but they don't. Um, like maybe you're not in the right place with God, or maybe you're possibly not a Christian if you have some of these problems. Um, and don't ask me why. I mean, I really don't understand the why of maybe there's something in the Bible that kind of goes against it or something. But um, there did seem like a lot of people that I ran into just didn't think that there was mental illness with Christians, that, there's no chronic physical conditions. I remember a lot of people having that kind of idea. And I'm sure a lot of it comes from people that just don't struggle with it specifically. But um, I mean, uh, I'm I'm just like that in another way. I mean, I've thought things like, well, you can't be a Christian if you kill somebody. I mean, I've had some extremes that I've thought too. And um, I know one thing about God is he tends to um, prove a lot of your thoughts wrong. So I really just try to keep an open mind. You know, it, I know a lot of people. Well, I've heard of people that have killed someone and accepted Christ later. But I try to keep an open mind. There probably is somebody who's killed somebody and they're saved. So I've seen too much now to try to think one thing or another. I just try to keep an open mind. But there's also my experience. My experience tells me, certain things about life. But uh, like I said, you can't always go by your experience either. But um, that's why I really wanted to talk some about infirmities specifically, chronic issues. Like I said, there seems to be a lot of confusion about, can you have these issues or not, as a Christian. Um, does God take these things away from you? I mean, one of the best examples I could think of in the Bible is, and don't ask me where it's at. I think it's in the New Testament, but there was a lady that had been struggling with a blood issue. I think that's right. Sorry, I'm not real clear on the details usually, but um, I think there was a lady with an issue with blood, and she had the issue for 12 years, um, and I think she got healed. Jesus healed her, but um, it was a long time for her to have that issue. And so, if I guess if you're wondering, can you be a Christian and have depression, schizophrenia, mental health issues, chronic physical issues? Uh, you know, maybe you have a chronic back pain and it just won't go away. I mean, I don't want to be discouraging or anything, but I mean, I would probably direct you to that story in the Bible. A lady had something for 12 years. I mean, um, you know, if you're, I guess, yeah, that's what I would say. Whatever you're struggling with, it can be something that you have long term. It can be a chronic thing. Um, I myself have had depression. Um, I actually felt kind of guilty for being depressed as a Christian because of all this. Um, I don't even know what I'd call it. I guess I'd just say confusion from other people saying, well, um, maybe you need to do something as a Christian. And I've told this story before, so um, I'll just repeat it real quick. But one time I was at camp, and I remember trying to talk to one of the counselors after I guess there was a speaker, and I remember trying to talk to her and just telling her what I was really struggling with, and just telling her how I feel really down a lot. I'm not happy and stuff like that. And she was just like, "Well, are you sure you're saved?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sure I'm saved." And she kind of had this. I can't repeat what she said word for word. I can't remember, but I just remember the feeling of like, well, it doesn't really seem like you're saved if you're having these problems. So she's like, well, let me just lead you through the sinner's prayer again. And I just had to. I mean, I had nobody else to tell me anything, so I really did start believing, well, maybe I just wasn't saved. And I've gone back and forth with that for years because of how many people I've been around that are like they don't understand what I'm going through, and they're just like, well, something must be wrong with you spiritually. And so I felt that quite a lot. And I just wanted to clear that up for anybody who's feeling that. Like, uh, I myself am a Christian. I've been a Christian for uh, how long? I'm just gonna say about 30 years, something like that. I was saved really young, and so I've been saved for 30 years at least, and I did develop depression when I was a teenager. So I've had depression for years, and I've taken medication for it on and off. I don't like taking medication for it, but that's another video. Anyway, I just want I just want people to understand that like I am a Christian and I do follow God. I am saved, and I have had depression probably more than 10 years. I've had suicidal thoughts every month, um, not every day. I'd say 2 weeks out of every month, I struggle with suicidal thoughts. Um, so maybe you're asking yourself, can I be a Christian and have suicidal thoughts? Yes, you can. You can want to die. You can want to commit suicide. I've been very close to attempting suicide. So, I want these things to be more accepted and more normal in the Christian culture. I don't really like, and maybe it is just an older person mentality coming from the boomer generation. Um, just this idea of like you just can't have certain problems if you're saved. I just don't want that mentality out there anymore, and so I just wanted to make a video to kind of clear that stuff up. Um, you can have extreme problems. Um, I mean, you could probably go as far, the most extreme thing you can think of, and be a Christian. That probably is possible. So I'm just trying to help you have an open mind about things like that, because I know that's something that I had to learn to be open about what people can experience even while being saved, um, because people can come up to you for help, and it's really important to be able to give somebody the right information. But anyway, I'm gonna just try to wrap it up, and if you have any questions, comments, anything like that, just leave it in the comment section. And I thank you for watching. Have a nice day.